Testing, testing. Let me know if you can hear me. Awesome. Is the video coming through okay? Okay. That's all I needed. For some reason I can't see the participants though. Or maybe I'm not supposed to. Can you hear me out there? I see there is another participant, but I'm trying to figure out how to see you guys. Oh, maybe it was counting you and me. Did you get off? No, I was just curious because it showed two participants. So go ahead and get off right now and see if it goes down to one. I got you. Still showing too. Now it's showing three. If you guys are out there, say something. I can't see you at the moment. I can see that there's more participants, but I can't see who they are. Trying to figure that out. We're early though too. I went on early just to see if I can get this thing working. Maybe I'm going to be the only one on this thing. Hey. Hey, Richard, how are you doing? I think you're the first person, man. Thank you for that. It might just be me and you tonight. We'll see what happens. I tested it earlier. There's like a 5-second delay. Where are you calling from, Richard? What state? Calling, you know, streaming from. Yeah, it's pretty delayed. This is my first time ever going live, so I don't know that I'll do it a whole bunch. Indiana. That's good. That's not too far. I'm from Illinois, so I wish I was from another state. Maybe I'll get out of here one day. Yeah, so far it's just me and you, Richard. Like I said, I appreciate your time and thank you for helping me get to 2,000 subscribers. Um, my daughter was just spying on me. Um, I don't know if you got any questions for me, fire away. I don't know if you do or not, or if you're curious about anything you've seen on any of my videos. I do have big plans. I have a whole list of videos that I just haven't gotten to. All kinds. It's kind of tough, and it's getting harder with the whole ammo situation too. So lately, I've been doing videos. Hopefully, you're getting all this. I'm assuming you are. Um, I've been doing videos lately trying to conserve ammo a little bit. So that's why you've seen a whole lot of last one I would ever sell, you know. And that's all right with the question. That's totally cool. Um, I don't, I'm just like, I just do this for fun. I enjoy it, you know. Um, it's a little bit of a catalog for me. So, like 20 years from now, I can look back at this and maybe see some of the guns that I once had, you know. So, that's a big part of why I do this is just to kind of document, just something to look back on. I know it's a little leery with everything that's going on, putting this kind of stuff out there, but it is what it is. I kind of buy, sell, trade quite a bit, so my collection changes quite often. So I'm always looking for something new or to try out something. And like I've said on some videos, even if I don't want the gun, if I can get it for a good price and I can play around with it for a while and then I could turn around and sell it or trade it or whatever, and get my money back or even make a little bit, um, then that's good for me. And I do all that stuff legally. There's background checks, paperwork, etc. Yeah, you're doing less shooting too, even that you have your own range. That's nice. Yeah, I would love to have my own range, but it's probably a good thing that I don't because I probably would have an even harder time conserving ammo. I currently drive maybe 15, 20 minutes to the range that I belong to. Hey, Rose, how are you doing? I remember you commenting earlier today, or maybe it was yesterday. We were going back and forth. I think it was earlier today. I'm just babbling on. First time going live. Was just kind of talking to Richard here, and I appreciate you joining, Rose, and thank you for helping me. Thank you for helping me get to 2000 AR-10. That's I have a Glock 29, but you can't beat an AR-10. I've had quite a few AR-10s over the years. Currently, I don't have an AR-10. Surprisingly, I have a Scar 17 though. So once I picked up the Scar, I kind of one of those things. I had like two other AR-10s, and because I can't keep everything, I decided to sell the AR-10s, keep the Scar for now, and get some other stuff. So, but I don't blame you for that trade. I mean, got to always have something new and interesting. Rose, where are you calling from? What state? I could tell there's quite a bit of a delay from everything I'm saying in your guys' comments, but um, yeah, it is what it is. I'm kind of, this is my gun room, Canada. Well, that's cool. Well, it's cool, but I know they're harsh with their gun laws and all that, so that you don't get to have as nice a stuff as we do. Ontario, that's cool. Um, I was just babbling on. I can't even remember what I was saying, but uh, yeah, I think I was just talking about getting different guns and all that, and trying different things out. And so, Richard, what brand of AR-10 did you get? What brand was it, or is it? So, and then I got another question for Rose. Rose, you're not allowed to have a whole lot out there. So, do you do any kind of shooting? I mean, I know you're pretty limited. Just wanted to say thank you for making these videos. I enjoy watching them and hope you enjoy making them. I do, Rose. I do. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I was telling Richard that I kind of make them a little bit as like a catalog, like kind of a documentary. Like 20 years from now, maybe I can go back and kind of look at some of the stuff I had, because I mean, there's quite a bit I keep and don't get rid of, but then there's quite a bit that I get rid of, and sometimes I get them back, but now I can look back and see what I had. So is that Aereo or AREO? I'm not really familiar with that one. I'll have to check that one out. I'm always interested every time I hear something that I have not heard before. I mean, there's plenty out there that I haven't heard though. So it looks like we might have one more individual on. I'm only able to see you guys once you comment though, unless I'm probably doing something wrong. I don't have firearms yet, but have passed my firearm safety training already and researching options first. That's awesome, Rose. That's cool. You guys, oh, Waterhead's here. I talk to Waterhead all the time. Thank you very much, Waterhead. I appreciate you helping me get to 2000. You're constantly commenting, which is much appreciated. Thank you for the support. Rose, I would help you out in any way I can, you can send me a message anytime. I'm not 100% on what you're allowed to have. Like, I think it's bolt action rifles, and I don't even know if you guys can have handguns. So let me know what you're kicking around, and we'll help you out. KFW, congrats on the 2000. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate the support and the help. The rest of you that are on, Rose, Richard, Waterhead, if you haven't checked out KFW's channel, please do. He's got a pretty good sized channel, and he has really good content, and I appreciate him very much, just like the rest of you. I have a hard time keeping up with all the people I'm subscribed to and trying to watch their content. And then it seems like I'll get notifications for a while, and then they'll drop off. And then I'll kind of forget about some people because I'm not seeing any kind of notifications. And then I'll turn around and I'll rediscover them again. So I apologize for that. I'm constantly trying to support everybody as much as I can, but it's tough. It's definitely tough. I'm just kind of babbling on here. I don't have any problems talking. I don't know when to shut up most of the time. So what state? I don't remember, KFW. What state are you calling from? I'm testing to see how long this delay is. It's a pretty good delay. Duh, Kentucky. Wow. Yeah, I believe it's part of your name. That was a dumb question. Waterheads in Florida. Okay, that's. I like your. Governor. Florida's got good politics. No problem, Rose. I appreciate you stopping by. If you don't make it back, that's totally fine. I'll probably be on to about 8:30. I wasn't planning on doing it real long, but whatever you can do, appreciate it. Thank you guys very much. Um, Waterhead's got to have a question for me. What do you got, Waterhead? Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think we're going to find out real soon who's pro 2A, you know. I mean, a lot of them seem like it, and maybe it's just to get in, but we'll see what their actions are. We're definitely going to experience some serious issues pretty soon with what's gone on here lately. And I don't know. I'll sit back, and I don't watch a whole lot of media. I don't watch a whole lot of news. I try to stay away from all that. Yeah, KFW. I agree with you. I don't know about your governor, but at least you got the Republicans controlling it. I'm in Illinois, so I'm screwed. It is horrible politics here. Horrible. Surprisingly, we are able to have quite a bit so far, but little by little, it's disappearing. And then if you're in Chicago, which I'm not, um, they've already lost a lot of their rights. But if you're in other parts of Illinois, it's not as bad. What's crazy about Illinois is the city of Chicago is basically Democrat, and it makes up like the whole state. The rest of Illinois is mostly Republican, but because there's so many people in the city of Chicago, it overrules the rest of the state. So it's kind of a really screwed up state to live in. Waterhead said, he said recently he would sign a constitutional carry, but the way he worded it, not sure. Yeah, I mean, talk is talk, so we'll have to see what really happens. KFW says lots of posturing on gun control. Hopefully, the Republicans can hold the line. I agree with you. I don't get into politics a whole lot. Yep, it is terrible, KFW, and that's exactly what happens in Illinois. I don't get into politics a whole lot, but what I will say is, do you notice how they're only talking about guns? They're not talking about social media, cyberbullying, um, mental health, all the issues that are really going on. Okay, you take the guns out of the Texas shooter's hands, you still have a screwed up individual that would have possibly found another way to do something. It's I'm all for keeping guns out of bad people's hands, but if you're just talking about guns, then you're not serious about fixing this problem because there's way more to this problem than guns. Guns is It's just a choice. You could choose to do anything bad, you know. Why are they not talking about how did this individual get to such a dark place? It didn't happen overnight. Was he offered any kind of treatment? Did his parents, help him? Did they recognize any of this? Did they ignore the whole situation? Um, I agree with you, KFW. It absolutely is the main issue, in my opinion, and COVID definitely made it worse. Um, I don't know about other states, but like in Illinois, we used to have mental health institutions. They got rid of them all. They've closed them all down and got rid of them. So, and that's a whole nother, that's kind of old school mental health. But now you have what I call information overload. You know, these kids today, I'm 46 years old, so I grew up without social media. Now there is social media. I don't actually have Facebook or anything. I literally just do YouTube, and that is it. I have no other social media. Um, but we kind of learned how to process the information because we were mature once we got all that information thrown at us. These kids, a lot of them are afraid to drive, and it's because they see all this horrible crap, and then it's like, okay, go get in the car. Where when I was a kid, we were ignorant to it. You only saw what was in front of you, so you didn't think about all that crap before you got behind the wheel, and we all just did it immediately. Um, so it's really social media needs to be controlled. It needs to be policed, cyberbullying, etc. Um, Waterhead, a lot of the shootings the government knew about then previously did nothing. You're right. Almost every single one of them, something comes out where somebody dropped the ball. The majority of them, that seems to be the case. And then the other thing that's crazy about our society is they seem to do nothing until you actually commit the crime. Well, these kind of crimes, it's too late. There's all these red flags that go ignored, or it's like, well, we can't do nothing because they haven't committed a crime yet. And then they commit the worst crime of all, and then it's like, okay, now we can do something. Well, you got to change that. There's got to be certain things where something's done to hopefully try to prevent this before it happens. KFW, here the schools all have locked doors and cameras on the front door. You have to push a button and give your name and everything before you can get into school. That is in a small town in Kentucky. That's a good point. I brought that up recently to somebody I was talking to. Most of our schools are that way too. How do these people in all these states that are having these, like, they just walk right in? I mean, so to my earlier topic, when all they talk about is guns, why aren't they talking about securing the schools that are not secured? That should be your number one thing. Right now, every school should be getting secured. Like the school year is ending. So by the start of the school year in the fall, all these schools should be more secure. But they've been talking about this for years and they haven't secured these schools. So, very good points. I mean, we can go political if you want. I mean, it kind of tends to always go that way. Um, all you can do is your part in society. Keep being a good person, keep being a responsible gun owner, and that's about all you can do. KFW doesn't have Facebook either. All this social media is nonsense and really just makes people more depressed. Absolutely does. Absolutely does. That's a big part of the problem is that people are on there all day long reading horrible stuff, and then they get addicted to it, and then they get depressed and they get stressed out and anxiety and all that crap, man. And by staying away from it all, you control stress a lot better. So we got Paul Ott on. Keep up the great work. I've enjoyed all the content you put out. Really appreciate it, Paul. I'm extremely hard on myself. Like I think my stuff is not very good at all. But I try to do something halfway decent, and a lot of it is just trying to document firearms for myself so I can look back 20 years from now and go, oh yeah, I remember I had that. I mean, I am trying to actually produce something decent, but it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard. Like if we were in person, kind of like we are now, I could have conversations and it's very easy and it's very fluent. And when I get in front of a camera, I think I've gotten a little bit better. But if you look from when I first started, it was like, hi, let's check out this gun. It's just, man, it becomes a different situation when you turn the camera on and you're trying to think of what to say. And I do almost no research and no preparation. I go out there and I just completely wing it. And I just pray that it doesn't look like I completely winged it. If I have to do a ton of work and preparation, it's not going to be fun for me. So I just basically wing it and hope that people check it out. So thank you, Paul, though, for helping me get to 2,000. Really appreciate it. And what state are you calling from, Paul, if you're still on? By the hand gesture at the end, are we talking California or Hawaii or something? Sorry, I really like older Smith & Wessons and Milsurp videos. Yeah. No, I'm with you, KFW. I'm into the if you haven't noticed, I'm into the 80s. Well, I would say late 70s to early 90s Smith & Wesson autos, mostly. Like I got a couple sitting back here, like those are your 10 millimeters, 1006, etc. That's what I like the most. Virginia Beach. Well, welcome, Paul. I have actually only have three revolvers right now. One of them is that Smith & Wesson Silhouette 29-3, the big 44 mag. That was in like early 80s. I think it was made in like 83. So, but I'm with you. I prefer older stuff over new stuff. Boy, I'm pretty flattered that I got this many people on. I mean, it's not there's like 6 of us, but hey, that's more than I was like, this might just be me, and I'm okay with for, and I was just kind of trying to figure out what to do. 1,000. I need to do some kind of giveaway, but um, I haven't figured out what yet. But I will do something. You guys stay tuned. Oh, and Paul, if you haven't checked out KFW's channel, I mentioned it to the other people on here. Check out KFW. He's got really good content, and I think you'll be very impressed. If you're watching my channel, you'll like KFW's channel. I'm just I'm like the last resort. Like when you guys ran out of content and you were like, I need something, then there you go. Let's see, Waterhead. What about the Colt Positive 38 Special? Very good condition for 500. It sounds good. That's one that I'm not real familiar with. So I couldn't tell you off the top of my head if that was a good deal or not, but anything Colt for the most part. Some of the newer stuff I question, but anything Colt is usually good. And 500 sounds pretty reasonable, but that's just winging it. I don't know that model specifically. KFW, I really like the video on those Smith semi-autos. Thank you very much. I love those guns. I had a few Smiths that I let go that I regret. I had the I had the California Highway Patrol 4006 maybe, the one that was made for the California Highway Patrol, the 40 cal with the rail. I never did a video on it, and I got rid of it, and I regret it. I could probably make about 300 videos on the guns that I don't have anymore. So there just wasn't enough time to make them, and then I took about 6 months off one time and went through a bunch of guns. So it's kind of depressing on the ones I could have did videos on. But yeah, appreciate that, Paul. Check out KFW. That would be really cool. I'm a big supporter of not necessarily YouTube because they're who they are, but anybody who creates content, to me, I'm a supporter of. Even if I'm not like completely into it, it's like I realize it takes time, and you're doing your thing, and it's cool. I think I look at it as it's real people. So like when you're watching cable TV, you're watching a lot of garbage. And if you find the right people on YouTube, it's real people doing like a real thing with not all that garbage and politics. And so I feel like it's more pure. That's why I like it. And I watch all kinds of stuff. It's not just gun stuff. Rose is back again. Make the videos you want to most. I appreciate that, Rose. That's hard right now. So if you watch some of my earlier videos, I used to shoot on a property that was a buddy of mine, and he sold it. So now I am on a public range, and you can only do so much on a public range. I would like to get property. I have some property in Wisconsin, but it's not property I can shoot on. But maybe someday I'll get some property where I can have a range, and then I could make more videos that I would like to make. Waterhead's asking Rose, did everything come out okay? LOL. Oh, I got you. That's funny, Waterhead. I didn't get it at first, but I got you. That's a good one. And to be honest, I don't even know what those videos are at the moment, because the days of dumping mags and doing stuff like that. Like I had a YouTube channel before this one, and it never got really big. Not, you know, it's still out there if you ever wanted to look. It's really bad though. It's called Downrange Junkies. I'll put it in the chat. So my first YouTube channel was called Downrange Junkies, and that's where we did a little bit more like tannerite and kind of blowing up stuff and shooting fruit and some of the things that you see a lot of people do. But it got pretty hard to do, and I didn't have that good of equipment like camera equipment and microphones, and not that I really do now, but yeah, if you want to really see some garbage, Downrange Junkies was my first channel. I barely ever uploaded on it. I didn't take it real serious. It's got like 100 and something subscribers. Don't subscribe to it, because I'm actually locked out of it. I can't do nothing with it unless I contact YouTube. So I don't really get any of the stuff, or like the comments or whatever. So, but if you're bored and you want to see some real garbage, yeah. Rose was just cooking. All right, we'll go with that, Rose. We'll go with that. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got going on, guys. I have a huge list of videos I want to do. Lots of guns, some holsters. Got some hiking boots. Like I'm starting to get into a little bit more of that stuff just to spread it around. Paul, it's difficult to really get the algorithms down to be a successful YouTuber. It seems to be favor the trash. Yeah, it's like I love Vice Grip Garage. If you ever watch Vice Grip Garage, it's a car show, but he's just really entertaining. He's got like his own language and his own sayings, and it's really cool, and it's really well thought out. And there's probably a lot of preparation that goes into that. And because if you watch his earlier stuff, he didn't do as much of that kind of stuff as he does now. And but he's really a guy that's going to go very far. I'm never going to be that guy. I'm not capable of being that guy, and I don't have the time to even attempt something like that, and not that I have no skills like that, but the moment this becomes like a ton of work, I'll probably be done, so if I can keep it simple like this and people like it, then that's awesome. I really appreciate it. KFW, I had to give up on my tannerite. My neighbors really, really didn't like it. Yep. I had a property, another one that I used to shoot at, somebody I know, and actually it's on the Downrange Junkies. I think it's called like NASCAR hits the wall at 200 miles an hour. I blew up like a little kid NASCAR with a blow up doll in it. And I used 10 pounds of tannerite, and it shook the windows of a few of the neighbors. And then that was the last time I was on that property. Rose, in response to your earlier question, Canada's gun laws change drastically every decade or so. Gun laws are getting increasingly more restrictive on the whole, though. Yeah, and I heard some stuff recently about Canada trying to ban all handguns or something, and now Biden wants to try to follow suit. So we're all got problems going on. Waterhead says Rose Trudeau just put a freeze on handguns. Will it pass? Yeah, so that's what Waterhead's talking about. I don't know, man. You guys have lost more rights than we have. so far. Hopefully we don't get to that point, and hopefully you guys can get some of yours back. Whatever, not that you guys can answer that easily here. Whatever happened to the truckers in Canada? Like that's all done, right? I mean, they were kind of like I haven't heard any more about it, and that kind of, I mean, did they accomplish anything? Did they get anything back, or did they just have to kind of throw in the towel after a while? And I'm not knocking them for throwing in the towel. I mean, there's a certain point where you can only go so long, and they hung in there for a long time. If that's what happened, I don't even know. Um, Rose, you can keep videos simple and easy to make. We come for your wisdom. Oh boy, I appreciate that, Rose. You guys are in serious trouble if you're coming for my wisdom. Um, I I kind of look at it as, first of all, I don't have a lot of time to really get that creative and try to plan ahead, you know. And the other thing is there's so many good reviewers out there and so many good people that are putting a lot of good statistics out there that I think I try to just give the watered down version, just kind of the simple version. Part of it's because I'm lazy and I don't like to read a lot. And the other part of it is there's so many good ones out there that are giving you all the info. I don't need to be another one of those. Not that I would be good, but actually do the research and try to, you know, talk like an expert. I just kind of, I know a little bit about a lot, and that's probably it, you know. Rose, firearms coming into Canada are now increasingly being redirected to Ukraine and other allied war zones as aid. That's interesting. Well, we don't have a whole lot of firearms coming into our country anymore. I mean, they pretty much have discontinued the majority of it. I mean, I know you got like all the Turkish firearms and stuff, the newer stuff, but all that old stuff is pretty dried up. Um, so um, I really appreciate you guys, though. Appreciate everything that you guys have done for me. Thank you for helping me get to 2,000. Thank you for taking a moment out of your day to spend some time with me. Um, See you, Waterhead. I'm actually going to get off myself here. We'll say at 8:40, so 5 minutes. I'm going to jump off as well. Thank you very much, Waterhead. I appreciate it. Um, we'll go 8:40 just to give you a little time if there's anything else you got, guys. But so at 8:40, 5 minutes, I'm going to jump off. But I appreciate all your time. Thank you guys very much for joining. And if you got any any questions or anything, like Rose, like I said, if just leave a comment or something on one of the videos, and if you got any questions about anything or you need help figuring out a firearm, not that I'm like an expert or anything, but I could try to help you make a decision when you get to that point. Thank you, Richard. Appreciate it. um, I have had my hands on a lot of them, so I have that experience, and I've shot a decent amount of them. There's a lot of good choices out there. I mean, I'm assuming you're referring to self defense. There's a ton of good options out there. I mean, we have more options than we've ever had, especially for carry. I recently picked up the Taurus GX4, so I'll be doing a video on that real soon. And it's a pretty nice gun for. I mean, I haven't shot it yet. Just holding it seems really good. No problem, Rose. Anytime I could ever help. I mean, some of you guys and girls probably know way more than I do. But if I could ever help any of you out, just let me know. I pretty much try to answer every comment. Nice chatting with you too, KFW, and I will catch up on some of your videos, and I will comment on some of them as well. I know this guy that just jumped on. Hey man, thank you, Andy, for being a part of this. I appreciate you, and thank you for taking a moment. We're gonna end it in about 3 minutes or so, but you have a little bit easier time asking me a question if you need to. Not that you probably know more than I do, but you know. Oh, and then my cousin's on here now. Hey Paul, how are you doing? It's been a while. We need to talk on the phone and catch up. Rose, no personal carry in Canada. Yeah, I didn't think so. So the handgun ban won't really affect Canadians much. Yeah, I guess, but it still sucks. Yeah, like Paul, my cousin Paul, he's on here. He knows way more than I do about firearms. I'm just on here acting like I know something about them. Andy probably knows more as well. Life crapping on me, but looking up. Yeah, I kind of thought maybe something was going on, Paul. Let's. I don't know what your schedule's like, so maybe text me when you're available. I don't know if you work days, nights, whatever. But let me know and I'll call you. I'm available during the day a lot with work and all that. So, Paul Ott, I was talking to the other Paul, but Paul Ott, you should try to at least go live once a week or so. Wow. That's awesome, Paul Ott, and I don't know. I'll see about it again. I don't know that many people want to hear me ramble on once a week. But we'll see, Rose says, do you play video military style simulators like Ground Branch? I don't play any video games whatsoever, believe it or not. I'm not opposed to them. I just, over the years, gaming systems, I would play them hardcore for a week or two, and then I wouldn't touch them for 4 months, and then I'd play them for a week, and then I wouldn't touch them for 6 months. Now I just don't buy them. I don't really play them. I've thought about it though, but yeah, I don't do any of that. Paul Ott, your content is appealing because you're informative and genuine. I'll go with the genuine. The informative, I appreciate that. I hope that's the case, but sometimes I think I sound like a total dumbass because I honestly don't do my homework as well as I should. I do wing it a little too much, but that's the only way I'm going to keep this thing going. If I got to do like real work, this thing's over. Just have an old school guardsman viewpoint. Yeah, that's true, Paul. Andy, if you're still on, I like the new truck, man. It's nice. I've thought about getting one as well. I'm already a minute past, but we got some new people that's joined. Wish you were closer. It would be nice to put some rounds down range with like-minded people. Well, Paul was, Paul's the one. Let me go back in the chat. My memory is a little rough. Paul's Virginia. Yeah. Yeah, you're a little far, man. One of the guys earlier, Richard, was from Indiana. I was like, that might be doable. Hey, if I ever make it out that way, man, I'll let you know ahead of time. I would love to. Have you ever tried the lost art of dual wielding pistols? Rose, if you check out the recent video with the Girsan 10 millimeter versus the Remington R1 Hunter, the beginning of that video, I do wield the two 6-inch 1911s. I don't do it that often. but it's funny. It's cool. The crazy thing is I don't really shoot unless I'm filming because there's just no way to do both at this point. So the only time I really shoot is what you guys see. It's occasionally I will have a session, maybe once every few weeks I'll have a session where I don't film it, but it's pretty rare. Thanks, man. I thought about maybe lifting it some more like yours. I like the way yours looks. Yeah, that lift kit's been a little bit of a problem. I had a tie rod go bad. I had an axle seal start leaking. So lifting looks cool, but it's been kind of a pain in the ass so far. I don't know if I'll ever do it again. That would be interesting to see. Yeah, it's out there, Rose. That 10 millimeter video, Gerson P1911 or something. Paul, haha. Maybe I'm stretching it a little. I guess. No, man. I would love to meet up with some people and shoot, but yeah, that's a distance. But you never know. I might make it out there. I'm trying to get with some other YouTubers this year and film. So Denton's Backyard Show, who he's just a cool guy. Me and him have talked about it, and it definitely could happen anytime I'm willing to go down there. So, and he's in Kentucky, so that one will probably happen this year. Rose, what do you think about ballistic shield or other bulletproof cover, like alongside the edge of a bed in the home in case of home invasion? I think that like you should do whatever you possibly can with the money you have to secure your home for sure. Um, I'm assuming, Rose, that you're a woman based on the name only. Um, and if that's the case, even more so. Um, you know, you can't, nothing against the police, but you can't rely on them to save you anymore. I mean, it's just too screwed up. So you have to put everything in place to protect yourself and your family, is my theory. Um, like I'm going down in a blaze of glory if you come in my house uninvited. I can assure you that. I will definitely make the news. Because I'll make it interesting. You know, it's not going to be you know, I don't know how much I can get into it on here. I'll be in trouble, but it would be interesting enough to make the news. That would only be in a self defense situation. Otherwise, I'm the guy that gets pissed off every time I read about a shooting because it makes good gun people look bad, in my opinion, or at least it makes non-gun people look at us like we're bad. I'm lucky to have a family with a big piece of land. Yeah. If my cousin Paul would just buy like 100 acres, he's on here right now if he hasn't dropped off. If he would just buy like 100 acres, um, I would have a good place to shoot, but he hasn't purchased that yet. Police are minutes away and they show up with a clipboard. Defend yourself by any means necessary. Yep. I agree with John C. John C., thank you very much for showing up. I really appreciate you. And thank you for helping me getting 2,000 subscribers. And if you want to tell me what state you're reaching out from, that'd be cool. So you are more than welcome if you do make it out this way. That would be awesome, Paul. If I make it out that way and you want to be in a video, we'll film it. And that would be cool. Watch the Blaze of Glory bit. That's premeditation. Yeah, you're right. I apologize about that. Yeah. Yeah, get the land, Paul. Rose, after no same person can claim that the police will save an event of home invasion. Yeah, I've heard some rumblings. PA. John C. There's a channel called Cav Trooper 19. He's from PA, and it's a pretty good channel. Check it out when you get a chance. And KFW was on earlier. He's got a good channel too. He's out of Kentucky. If any of you guys haven't checked him out, you know what? I'm not even knocking the police at this point. I mean, there's some bad ones out there, but there's a lot of good ones. They lost, at least in Chicago, they lost their backing, and their career is over every time they get involved, it seems like. And, with the looters and the rioters and nothing coming down on them and allowing them to just do whatever they want. And then all of a sudden, you want these police to like risk their lives. I mean, they got to get back to where they back these guys again. Otherwise, we've kind of lost what they used to be, and I don't totally blame them either. The good ones, anyways. Well, let's go 8:50. Let's go 2 minutes. 8:50. I'm going to jump off here. But I do appreciate all of you. And yeah, you're right about that, Paul. Beetlejuice. She's horrible. And you know what? If she gets voted back in, it would not surprise me one bit. It is unbelievable in Chicago how they keep voting horrible politicians in year after year. So, I mean, she shouldn't, but we'll see what happens there. Lightfoot is no mayor, but she has a security armed detail. Oh, yeah. I mean, they want to take away all of our guns, but they sure as heck ain't going to get rid of the security's guns, I always love the comments of like, why do you need more than a bolt action rifle? Well, I'll just leave it at that. But why don't they all go to bolt action rifles and then we'll talk? But that's a wrap on this one, guys. I really appreciate it, and thank you guys for joining. And we'll see if we do another one. Thank you for the live stream. You did great, and it was nice chatting with you. Thank you very much, Rose. Same to you. Same to all you guys. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families, and we'll see you on the next one. And I appreciate all the support. Thank you very much, Andy. See you, cousin Paul. I'll call you. I'll call you soon, or you call me when you're available. I'm around most of the time. So we'll see you guys. Thank you very much. And gals, thank you. You guys have a good one too. We'll see you.